Happy Monday, everybody. It's Leela. I wasn't like this a few seconds ago, so thank you for making me the exciting, bubbly person that I only am when there's eyes on me. It is Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. This is me and my iPad, where me and the star of the show, my iPad, try to teach you stuff about music. And if not, just amuse the hell out of you, right? Let us say hello to the people in the chat. It's very, very Monday for me, by the way. Hey, look, Armless Allie. If you ever wonder why she can't type, I always say that it's because she has no arms. I mean, she does have actual arms, but it's hard for her to use them. Her hands get really tired. And she just wants to talk to us, so she does anyway. So, there's some survey that shows that you can read stuff even if it's got the first and last letters and all the other letters are jumbled. So you should be able to read what she says. Anyway, Jimmy Jazz, hello. George, Seagull Rock, what's a verb? A verb is an action word, baby. I think I saw Pookie there. Happy Monday to you too. Didn't that weekend go fast? I feel like just yesterday you were on your way home from work on Friday. Woohoo, the Falcro's lurking and working. Oh, listening. Nice. All right, cool. Did they just, George Harrison, Beatles, let's sleep, blah, 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 typing with the toes, weekend, there was a weekend. Ed Zielinski, hello. Ed has his own channel, by the way, and he's pretty cool at teaching small little bite-sized lessons or showing you about how to do stuff. Hey, it's Matt himself, the exciting artist of January 2024. Fully here. I so appreciate you guys. All right, that's everybody who's in the chat. I'm sure there's plenty more in the lurk parade. Survey says 'tis true. Facts. See, you guys, can you read this, right? Yeah, survey says 'tis true. Facts. That's how she types normally, by the way. The weekend went fast, but you'd planned ahead. Oh, you're off today? That's awesome. Oh, Mike and Dawn, hey. My premiere is after this show, I hope, right? Do I have a premiere after this show? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Also facts. Right, I'm going to bring in the star of the show, my iPad, Isla, because I liked last week's little say. Love is a verb is what I'm saying this week. And that means that you don't love somebody unless you're doing stuff, unless you're being at least in their presence. Something like that, right? You don't just love somebody because you have an emotion. My premiere happened already? Oh, great. I thought it was after this. Perfect. Maybe it was at midnight. Oh, good Lord. Nice. I had a premiere while I was asleep. All right. See, now you can see what a mess I am. Oh, my tongue is orange because I'm drinking a golden milk latte. I'm not going to do that on camera anymore. But I love you guys, so I'm here verbing for you. I'm doing a verb. I'm thinking a thing. Oh, good God. I'm so funny. Anyway, so you can see I'm a complete mess, and yet I still put out music all the time. I have a show where the only time I haven't shown up is when, one, my internet wouldn't allow me, and two, when I couldn't even stand up. Jade said I'd be upset about it. No, I'm not upset. I'm just laughing at myself. Thank you for being there, though. Anyway, like I said, now let's get Now let's bring in my iPad, the star of the show, the one who knows what it's doing. Isla the iPad! And I'm going to my corner. Here I am in my corner. I'm glad I didn't do this while I was doing an app, a developer-sponsored app. This week it's just me and my workflow. Well, let's get into that. Let's hit the ground running. So, I'm going to bring up something I was working on in AUM for the last couple of days, and then we're going to try to get this fun stuff. I've recorded a couple. Hey, Lady Campion. So let's see. I'm going to go to Files. Just bring over my dot. So if you can see my dot. When you're in Files, when you're in AUM, this is Sessions. So working in AUM is kind of like working with a channel strip that is attached to the universe. Lady Campion. Right on. So it takes some time. As you can see, here's all these channels. There's 28 nodes in here. There's even nodes of nodes because there's nodeception. Right, let's get Launchpad in there. Okay, so you can already hear something if you're listening carefully and you have your headphones on, which sometimes is good for my show. You would have this noises. Bring this up. This is just this crazy little noise track. It's going. This is noises. So as you can see, here I am in AUM. I've got something with noises. So we're going to add other things to this. Otherwise, it would take longer than I have. Next, we add more drones. We can't add any drones. I'm going to pull down the volumes of these things because it's fun to experience this as it moves. I'm going to pull down the drums. We need to reload that. All right, so here we have a cat purr. When we hit start, purr will start. There's the purr. Now the purr is going to start morphing into this weird noise. So we're going to record some of this so we have something to take over with us to Logic. You can see I'm running in EG nodes. This is my new total excitement. Hey, well, look at we've got an update already. While I let this effect build, because it's just going to get morphed and morphed. I'll read to you what's new in EG nodes just for fun, because you know I've got to read to you all the time. So the clip pasteboard, long press on sequencer clip preview in the node. That means there's a pasteboard. It means you can copy stuff into there. It's insane. General pasteboard to import MIDI files, and it works on iPhone as well. Effects reorder. Oh, I've been waiting for that one, because sometimes I like to change the order of my effects. It really makes a huge difference. Like if I've decided that a channel needs EQ or something, and it needs EQ before the reverb or whatnot, you know? So there's time signature in the tempo scale menu. Great, so you'll be able to do 3/4 and 6/8. Sounds cool. There's a rhythm node. They added a Kai drum synth MIDI map, the same name in the mixdown. They fixed an issue with a blank mixdown when external interfaces are connected. That's a Jade Star issue. She found that. MIDI input output menu fixed. MIDI channel lost after destination selected. Fixed song node not starting after project loading. I've had that. Piano roll node. It fixed the note labels. It fixed the note range. Built-in keyboard octave label. Ooh, that's cool. Fixed tempo, BPM, minimum and maximum values. Fixed note on off for changing scenes. It fixed in the arpeggios. I guess the directions weren't saving into the scenes. Yeah, not sending note off on immediate stop. Yeah, that's happened. Cool. So excellent. We've got our saved node in here. And now to start adding some of this other stuff. So this is a cat's purr. I'll have another one that doesn't need any. This is a glitch scaper. The old happy glitch scaper thing. Oh yeah, I need to watch that. So Lady Campion and Valerie have a new stream. I didn't really know about it, and apparently it was happening yesterday. It might be on my rewatch list because I got a lot going on Sundays, but it's an amazing addition to our cool week of programming. Somebody wants to talk about it, drop a link to it, I'd be more than happy. Right now, we're looking at this Salome. And what I do in Salome is the same thing. I'm putting in a note. And I've discovered that this is in A minor. So I'm latching this, and then I'm adding an A and a C. Because C is the root note of the relative major of A minor. So we'll bring this down. So this should be bringing in some sound. Salome, there we go. Let's solo this and you can see what's happening here. I'm just going to bring these down with a little wiggle. All right, now we unlatch. Now we're done with Salome. We could actually just get rid of that, but I leave it there because I use this over and over again to make new, different, exciting drones. Because this whole thing's at 140 beats per minute, so it's actually like a crazy wild techno song. A lonk. Get your lonk in. Yeah, I know. There's a reason why you're not a mod here, Allie. Right, so now this is just morphing. I'm actually just going to, let's see of probability. We'll randomize this because I'm just trying to get some really drony drones going on here. Then we're going to record some drones, and then we're going to move to Logic. If you have any questions, just ask. I know this isn't as easy to follow as some of these single app shows, but this is how I work, and you may be able to glean something for your own workflow. All right, it's just starting to get some cool sound. I've got Secta sort of, that's a kind of a quiety sound, so I'm going to give it a little drive and melt, and there we go. Let's kind of pop this out, right? Yeah, Allie would be deleting everyone. All right, so there's just a lot of stuff going on in here. And I thought, after I found out that it was in A minor, I was like, I wonder what I could do here. What I could do is use EG nodes to make an A minor generative program in Contoria. So this organ. So this is one of the things I'm going to actually... Hey, Pendar, laying down. Good for you. You need it, girl. Where's my coffee? Oh. So this is pretty. It's just got a little black hole reverb on it. This is just here so I hear what it sounds like. So the node I've got going here, this is, make sure I've got a saved node. Make sure that's saved. Snave node, and we're going to call this drones accompaniment. I might change it later. Okay, so now I make sure that's saved. A minor. Yeah, oh, so I've got a great joke. Why did A, C, and E get kicked out of the bar? Because they were A minor, and you can't serve A minor in a bar. Ouch, that's a bad joke. All right, so this is going on. Now let's sounds kind of weird, right? But it does go together. And then I added, and here's some play beat. Yes, if you always C sharp, you'll never be flat. Yeah, see how this all of a sudden sounds kind of cool? Stop to that. Pull this down. So we've already got our drones started, so which I like to do because I don't want the initial sound. I don't necessarily want that purr in there. And if I want the purr, I could purr it back on, right? I could get that purr. So let's everything flat. And now I'm going to pick just the drones here, and we're going to record the drones, and we're going to decide how long our song is for fun right here. As long as it takes me to talk, probably. All right, so noises. Let's record noises. Let's record all these space fields. So noises here with a mooger fooger and some cascade reverb on it. And this is Salome, which is silent now, and it's been run through space fields, which is an infinitely generating, like, reverb mangling wackiness, right? And that's running through the secta. I've shown you that. And then we've got this, that's actually, I'm going to leave this up. No, I'm going to leave up the noises. That way it'll be there right at the beginning. And we got this, sorry. I'm going to make sure Fluss is running, has the right, nope, it doesn't look like we're going to need, nope, we don't need a thing for scale. Well, let's just double check if we need the scale. So C, E, and A. That's it. That's our scale. Right. So Glitchscaper, not ready, but we're going to record that because this is what we're going to get. I don't feel like recording these. And I'm going to record the play beat anyway because it changes all the time. So, and I just love to record endless play beat coolness. So we're not going to record Cantoria, but I'm going to listen to it just to kind of see how we're working here. And our play beat, let's turn our play beat all the way down and record it. And so the way you record, one thing we'll have to do is right here, see, I'm in the, this beats per minute, and there's a beats per minute. I don't necessarily... Chad Freeman! Yikes. Oh well, anyway, I can't get my dot over. So there's that. We won't worry about our dot. Anyway, so where this 3 dot menu is up here, I sync my quantum to 2 bars just for, or maybe 4 bars. I'm going to do 4 bars. just so that things will pop in on a schedule. So all we have is this wildness, and all right, here we do. We hit the dot and it waits. It's going to be 4 bars before the recording starts. Ooh, I like that Contoria to come in at the beginning. Oh, that's really cool. Make sure our play beat's changing. Yes, every 4 bars it's changing. 35 seconds. All right, tell me how your weekend was, everybody. To get some ideas while we're in here. This isn't recording though. Doing random stuff here. None of this is actually matters. It's not going to be in the song. Just some of this. Only the drones. Yes. Take time off and watch. Whee! Just throw in some wild and crunchy. This sounds like sounds kind of like a chase scene in a space movie. Yeah, Pookie's got time off too. She deserves it as well. What'd you guys talk about, Lady Campion? Let's go back to AUM and see how. 104 measures. That might not be enough. Ween, you really did talk about Ween and SpongeBob the whole time? I thought that was just a starting point. Let's see, 124. We're getting there. You guys both have such amazingly lovely speaking voices though. I can totally imagine that it would be like ASMR, you know. In fact, I might probably try to listen to it tonight at bedtime. Hey. All right, let's start. Let's see what we can do here. All right, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. One down at a time, one down at a time. One down at a time. There's the purr there. Take it. Oh, yeah, and I'm definitely leaving that at the end. Woohoo! Stop. All right, hopefully we just recorded some cool stuff there. Let's check. Oh, I miss that. I've been having all this like low key anxiety since the beginning of February. And probably because the anniversary date of the worst tragedy of my life is in March. So we're getting closer again. All right. Got distracted by that, but I'm getting back into it. Here we go. Recordings, drones. Okay, glitchscaper instrument. How long is that? 4 minutes and 59 seconds. That's the perfect amount of time for a song. We won't listen to the whole thing. We'll kind of skip through it. Yeah. And then, so yeah, the worst thing that ever happened in March. And then a couple weeks later from that, and this is all around Easter time, that it's also like the anniversary of my mom died on April 7th. And then my daughter went in the hospital on April 7th on another year. It's just like this time of year just makes me feel like mortality. So this is already going to be really cool, right? I just want to hear the end. Because it's all fading out. So see, now we've got a 5-minute song start. Fun. First, before we head over to Logic, we're going to take a look at the files and make sure that we don't have any, like, just gigantically ruined. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love this. So, this is going to be another tip. So make sure every time I leave these, I save them just in case. Saved, right? So remember, we have EG nodes, and it was running that Cantoria, that really beautiful. I probably should have recorded that, but oh well, because generative stuff isn't the same every time, right? So now we just go. We leave AUM because we're done here, and now we bring up Logic Pro. Whoa, that was weird. Yeah, Pookie, I totally feel that. Some years are okay, other years not so great. Yeah, last year, the last couple of years, because of this community, I and my friends that I've made here, it's been the 2 easiest years of my life when I go through my anniversary times. There's another one like when their birthday is in August and when I lost my brother in July, so. Or June, end of June, right? Right before my birthday. 2 weeks before my 30th birthday. Ugh. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Although we could be. I mean, this isn't one of those highfalutin app shows that people are going to spend all their, people are going to watch with a microscope. This is more of a let's let Leela be Leela. All right. We need to choose a new empty project. We're choosing tracks. Oh, what is live loops? We might be able, I wonder if those would work. I want to learn to use live loops the way I use Launchpad, because that sounds like a lot of fun for me. Anyway, we're starting with audio. And now we're just going to, we click on the 3 dots up on top. Uh-oh. Oh, I've turned off Stage Manager. I need to turn back on Stage Manager. Oh boy. let's Yeah, I just happen to remember stuff like that. And I forget about it. I forget about the dates until they come up. But I realize, and this is the weird thing, and I talked to a counselor about it too. They were saying that you actually, like, your body remembers. That's the thing. Okay, add another window. Let's add another window. Let's add files. And I'm going to show you. We're going to make this files a lot bigger so I can show you where you find your AUM recordings. If you have audio share, which you wouldn't, how would you even have AUM if you didn't have audio share? Really, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. So audio share. So as you can see, right, this is by date. I did this song Romany Romantic. That's like a little thing I did in yeah, it's in a Romany scale, like Hungarian minor is what they're calling it now. Ah! So here, AUM recordings, and it'll be up near the top if you've got it on date. Now, fortunately, I remembered to name my project before I recorded. So yes, and you can also find them within AUM, but I'm talking about where you find them when you're about to drag them into Logic, Jim. Thank you, though, because that is a good side note. Right, so here we go. We're drones, and there we have all these ones that today, we won't touch these yesterday ones. Like yesterday. And I'm going to drop Glitchscaper in first because that's got a really cool sound. And drag it back over. Make sure that our tempo is at 140 because that's everything in here is recorded at 140. And whoop. Let's just drag these in and then we'll worry about it afterwards. As you can see, here we go. Salome drone. I'm just dropping them in randomly and then just moving them back to the beginning. So you can see, look at those wave files. Those aren't bad at all. Then noises. Whoops. And then play beats. So fortunately now Logic has given us back. All right, we don't need these anymore. We don't need our files. So I'm going to go ahead and enter full screen so you can see my entire screen. Yeah, I know. I'm just explaining. I don't have a ruler, Jimmy. I'm not gonna. Oh, you guys like my Day of the Dead coffee cup? It's super cool. I've got 2 or 3 of these. I got them on sale post Halloween because I like that stuff all year round. All right. Should sound pretty much the same. Oh yeah, it's not in B flat major, it's in A minor. So minor. That's how we do that. Sometimes I completely blank out these play beat things. Anyway, those are cool, right? So, next, we bring in come up here and add something. And this time we're going to add a MIDI instrument. And not going to use any of these patches. We're not going to use any of these stinking patches. We're not going to use their little play surface. We're going to use an instrument. So to get your instruments, you make sure you're in your track. Sorry, being hey, DL, live to fly. You aren't trying to be a know-it-all. Oh, well, then start trying to be a know-it-all, would you? So make sure you're an instrument, and then here, right on the bottom middle, the thing that looks like a knob. Touch the knob, and then bring in your instrument. Our instrument is going to be Cantoria, because I liked that. And then you double tap on that where Cantoria is, and you drag up in the corner with the two lines. See on the edge. Let me see if my cursors won't go over there. So anyway, see, small, big. You can make it all the way gone too, and then you have to tap the knob again to get back. So I used the one called Intermezzo, the preset called Intermezzo, which brings in a principal, a flute, and tremulant. And then I brought in a sub-octave by myself. Now we go to the beginning. Oh, sorry. Make sure we're at the beginning. And then we come to MIDI effects. And here we're going to place EG nodes. I need food and or coffee, tea. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to order some tea, some herbal tea off of Allie Strong. You know, Apothecary Rising. I didn't realize she did tea. I need tea. I'm going to try to go more. I'm trying to try once again to go with coffee 1 time a day. All right, so we'll pull up, and in EG nodes, you'll see everything set. Let's make sure we have the just so everything we do in here sets. We want to come in and set the key to A minor. But the thing is, we could set it to something else. I'm going to give this project a name, actually. Well, and I'm going to call it, what are we calling this anyway? I'm going to just call it Drone Project Melodics. Okay. So here we tap and we can add a saved node. If you're here, there's 2 ways to add a saved node. You either tap on the plus and then saved nodes and drones accompaniment. That's what we used. But the other way to do it is just to press the save node button is underneath the plus. And we could do the same thing. In fact, we could change this so that it's doing 2 different things. It's an A minor. If you can see, let's make this tall. So, oh yay, my dot came back. So as you can see, this is a generative node from EG Nodes. And it starts with an A3 and it uses a minor scale. The frequency is 1/6 of the tempo. There's just a hint of swing. And it's a melody type node. So I'm going to change, this is the second node. So I'm going to change this to a harmony node. And it's set to frequency 4. We'll leave frequency 4, see what happens. Anyway, let's double check. Oh, See where it is at the bottom? So now you come back from EG Nodes. We've got EG Nodes, we've got Cantoria. Okay, you right click on EG Nodes and you must say record MIDI to track here. And there's a reason. I could be recording this in audio. We could set up an auxiliary out and record audio, but there's a reason I'm not doing that. And you'll see it. All right, we might as well. Let's test this. 5 minutes of touching. Yes, for 5 minutes, all we're going to do is be recording. So, wish me luck as I tap the red record button right up here on top. Sorry, my dot went away again. You never know what the hell's going on, but I make it look fun. Nice. So it doesn't matter about the volume right here because all we have is a MIDI file. I'm just gonna let this roll. Tea for lunch. A David's tea. I noticed that the MIDI tracks are really, really loud here in Logic, which isn't all bad. Track. That was probably just a bit of latency on the wiring. Oh yeah, I make tea sometimes as well. Love is a doing word. Yeah, go do it, Chili. Hey Chili, nice to see ya. I'm just putting this look at my tongue is orange again from my turmeric, my golden coffee. Yes, love is a doing word, so go out and do some love. Go out and do somebody. I mean, do something for somebody. Hey, Chili, write a song, please. Let's have a new chill zone. Time for some new chill zone. I know. You sent me something and I haven't worked on it yet. Because I haven't been able to do that. So it's just tell me, some of you other creatives, if this happens to you. This is something that happens to me all the time. I'll have projects that I'm partway done with and I cannot come up with anything. I can only come up with new stuff from scratch. Like usually there are these kinds of soundscapey things. That's just what I do. If I have like a lyric that's bothering me, or I can't sing a chorus right or something. I know. I was just thinking that I was gonna nag you, but then I remembered you sent me something. I'm glad you guys can't see my giant orange tongue like I can in the monitor. All right, we're getting to the end here. Jade Star. How was that Jade Star doing today? Hope you got some sleep, lady. Ah, there we go. I love that glitch scaper. See, that noises track is barely existent. All right, there we go. I've got some MIDI recorded. Generative MIDI. Let's listen to that ending real quick. Oops. Gotta get... Now let's listen to it, because it's... You have many unfinished projects as well. We have a lot more in common than you would ever imagine. Sleep accomplished. Check. Wow, that's cool. I'm not sure I want all that stuff in there. So this is where the magic begins to happen here. This, let's title this, rename. We shall call this Cantoria Melody. So I'm going to put another MIDI effect. Air conditioner primed. Yes, when in the future and the other side of the world where it's summer and not winter, it's going to be very hot today in the future. All right, so there's so many things you could put here, but I've got something. I want to cut a bunch of these notes out, so I'm going to use one of my favorite things, mitigates probability. And let's just set this, let's get like 66% of our notes. How? Now we need to add some kind of effects. We could get crazy with transit. This is just for fun here. I don't think I'm gonna do this, but this is what I do. I'd sit here and just add stuff. So let's just loop this. Solo that. That's just the that's just like the init preset on. It makes it kind of go up and down. Actually, I kind of like this. Let's see how it sounds with everything else. Now that sometimes you hear it all smooshed in. So you get an effect you like. You don't have to spend another 5 minutes recording it all. What you do, I know that really sucks, buddy. All right, lost my dot again. So this sounds really cool. So what I'm going to do is just take this. Now, I'm sorry you can't see this, but you tap. You tap where the the region, so the green file that contains all the MIDI notes. And then you look at bounce and join. And then select bounce in place. And let's give it a name. As you can see, I'm typing this name in. Morning, Sully. Let's call this bokeh, because that's the name of that setting on bokeh organ. Bouncing track. So we leave the source track. If I'm not mistaken, the default setting on Logic here is for the source to be muted or deleted, but I'm going to leave it there because we're going to do more stuff with it. This is how I generate more tracks without any pesky work. So let's bounce that baby, that bokeh organ. And here it goes, bouncing regions. 41 is over 100. All right, there we go. Now we have this cool green thing. So we could mute this out. Let's mute. Whoops. Oh, the most important thing I always do when I pull up Logic that I forgot to do today is this little channel strip. If you have your channel strip on the left, you don't need these big wide headers until you're doing automation. On here, you can solo, you can mute, you can pan, and you can adjust the volume. Yeah, it's 105. Yeah, I told you but I thought that's why I was going to say 104. But man, Kim Harden Hudson tells me that I have a calculator in my head for metric system. But you know why I do? It's not a calculator. It's not math. My head doesn't really math. What it does is it takes things that it knows and it just sort of does them. So I learned metric system when I was a little kid, and when I moved to the Caribbean it's not the U.S. Caribbean. It was the British Virgin Islands. So I lived with people from all other countries. So I realized I needed to brush up on my metric system. So I did, and now I've kept it going with all my international friends, and here we are. So let's mute that track and mute myself while we give this a try. See how this sounds. Is it closer to 106? Man, I'm not a calculator at all. I was off by 1.5 degrees. Wait. Yeah, I might kill that play beat, actually. Not sure how I feel. I'm going to probably do a different bass line. I don't know how I do it, Lady Campion. It's the same way I sing songs. I just either know how to do it or I don't. There's not much in between. Sad. Like somebody will go, okay, I love this song. Can you learn this song? And I'm like, I don't know if I can learn this song. Let me find out. My voice will let me know. Yeah, Jade is either 17 or 18 hours ahead of us at all times. So see how this is different? This isn't so overbearing. So this is just the... But let's unmute the other one. Because now it's going to be giving you a different... Since it's based on probability, you're going to have slightly different notes each time. If I want to make a different melody line out of this cantoria, we take this transit, we'll remove that, and we'll get how about How about some spatializer? No, we'll put that at the end. Oh, wow. Let's do a mooger fooger. I want to make this, because this is like a techno song. This isn't a classical song or anything. We can do whatever we want with this madness. Just trying to show you the way I do things here. The way I do things. This is not a typical, let's cluster flux this baby. Well, we'll solo this track this time. Come back to the beginning. Laser tag. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Ooh. Let's see. Butter snaps. Butter snaps is my favorite one. Carolyn's theremin. Hey, Buzz. Classic chorus. See what we can do here. Wow, that's kind of nice. Classic flanging. Classic, it's classic. Climbing the walls. I'm going to do something weird here. Close this. Let's take this baby out. Let's just mute it. Hey, Robbie. Not much going on there anyway without that drum, but we could add let's just add like an electronic drummer to this. Glow stick, big room EDM. Why not? Let's keep this. Let's have our complexity up, our intensity medium, fills low. Low on this. I like closed hi-hat. So maybe two of these. Maybe two of these. Now, let's come back. Well, I like this. So we're just going to leave that in because it doesn't have that weird sound in it that I'm not liking. Let's stop that. Now we'll come back. I'm just going to loop this. I know it's going to be really repetitive, but whatevs, right? And then we're going to move it because I don't want this to come in until like 5. Make that larger. So to make sure I'm in the right spot where I wasn't, maybe let's put these in at 9 after 8 bars. There we go. There we go. So make sure they're lined up. Hi, top words that didn't. All right, so here we go. Let's mute this. Probably. That's not very loud. Maybe put some different sound in. We're talking about this Boca organ that yeah, that brings it in. Pipe enhancer. Vacuum cleaner noise. That's Glitchscaper. So, right, here's weird stuff I might do. Here's one of the weirdest things I'll do. It's one of my favorites, though. Let's add an audio effect. Let's go with Magic Fusion. Got to make sure I have time to show you my MIDI trick. That's the only other thing I managed to do. So this Magic Fusion needs to have a... So I'm going to come over here to Play Beats, and I'm going to add Magic Fusion to Play Beat. This is going to be the side chain. We'll just sit this at the amazing stinging mushroom. Now we come back here. I know nobody might understand this, but it's fun. Anyway, side chain. Audio, play beat. So I'm going to try to bring this beat back in somehow. Let's see. I'm just going to solo these 2 tracks. So I'm going to just open this so I can easily. So solo this. Well, play beat's off, so. Well, let's see if we can make it do something crazy over here. See, now I've got that to be a little different. I've got that play beat to stop being so thing. Let's make sure. If I'm gonna have drums, I might as well throw some Punch Lab on them. Ooh, do some recording if you do Reaper. I'd love to see Reaper in action. Yeah, there's not much to it so far because like I was telling you, the melodics are just hardly done at all. Shoo. Let's make sure that, okay, we've got this Cantoria. Next, we're going to duplicate this for fun. We use the 3-dot menu to duplicate. Now I'm going to show you the MIDI trick. Well, oh, you tap on it and then duplicate, right? But so here we'll get rid of. Sorry, I'm just really being scattered today. Another thing that you do here in Logic is when you tap on this double here, you can take your MIDI or anything and drag it into another thing and it duplicates. And what you need to do is make sure you turn it off when you're done, because if you don't, it's going to duplicate everything all over the place. Now we're going to make everything about this track different. Finally, here we go. So the way that we did in the way that in EG nodes, how it is dividing and multiplying the rate, the speed, the clock speed, you can do the same thing manually. Let's unmute this. I'm going to make a 32 bars. I'm going to cut this at 32 bars. Okay. At 33.1, right? We come in. Let's turn off this loop. To trim, you tap and you say split by playhead. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to delete all of this. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the stretch. And I'm going to stretch this so it was 1/6 of the beat. And now take that denominator and multiply it by, let's say, 4. So what's 32 times 4, anybody? If we know. 3, 6, 9. See what I mean? I can't do actual math. Let's not do this yet. Okay, first I need to math. I quickly need to math. I'm going to use my other iPad here. Unless somebody, is it 128? Thank you. I'm a dork. All right. So now we're going to stretch this until it's 128. And then it is 4 times as long as it was. So now we'll have a whole different set of stuff. And I'm going to mute the probability. So now we're just getting. Let's get rid of this Cantoria. That's cluster fluxing. Actually, let's remove the cluster flux. And I'm doing everything wrong today. Let's replace this instrument. Let's use something easy, like King of FM. 32 times 4, yeah. Good job. So, when we look in here, category, we want pads. Trying to find something. Let's turn this off. butterflies. It says FM kings have died for this pad. I like that. Ooh, that might work. Let's turn this off for a second so you can kind of see how. I'll even take out Glitchscaper just so you can see how the rest of it goes together. So I'm gonna, make sure we're on trim and not stretch, and then we're just gonna move that. Nice. Tascam 4 track, that's wicked. I love it. I love how Robbie does everything analog. I love to hear about how that works. And I still just don't love this. Like, see, drums are my worst thing. Next week we might do the drums using autofill. This all sounds great except for the drums. Let's make this Glitchscaper. It's so funny. I thought my premiere was right after my show, but instead it was the middle of the night, and I wasn't there. So here we are, Glitchscaper. Let's unmute that. See, this isn't so bad. I could just take all this and just send it to... I could just take it all and send it to Mr. Smith and have him play it during an ambient stream. And then I'll just screen record it and then I'll put it out that way. I'm just lazily turning Smithy into my drummer. But I'm probably going to end up doing my drums using loops from Launchpad's sister program on the Mac, Amplify. If you get a Launchpad subscription, it is worth your time if you have a Mac or a PC to get Amplify subscription instead, because Launchpad subscription comes with Amplify, but not on the other way around. All right, you guys, that sounds pretty cool. But I will just keep on. I'll probably take this Cantoria that now that I've got it, I'm probably gonna get rid of it. I'm probably gonna come in here. Let's just for fun. I have time for one more little trick. Let's take this 32. The probability that 32%. So that means only 32% of these notes should play. And then we'll replace, we'll get rid of cluster flux. See if we can remove. Change this to another. Let's replace this with Mariana. Maybe we'll get this bass in here. The system bass is already really nice. So let's just... But we're going to obviously need... Let's get another transposer. We're going to want to transpose all of this down a full octave. This is an A minor scale. Do you guys see where minor is? Just plain minor. Natural minor. Very nice. We'll make sure that we only get notes that work. Let's listen to this. Yeah, that's not sounding very bassy so far. We might need to pull it down another. Some of the notes are good. I'll probably just have to go in and like remove all the notes. Anyway, it doesn't sound bad because it's all together, right? So you get a little hint of that play beat drum because it's fused in together with the bokeh organ. Nice. Anyway, maybe I'll save this whole thing for next week and we'll do drums. Do bass and drums. We'll give it low end next week. But look at this. We had 0 melodics. We had nothing but drones. And now we have 3 totally different parts made from the same MIDI. Sweet. Oh, and listen to that sweet, long, drawn-out tail. That's going to be amazing later. All right, let's call this project something. We're going to call it Drone Techno 140. Whoops. I always like to put until a song has a name and it's like done. I usually give it a name like this. Perfect. All done. We used EG nodes. We used AUM. We used Logic Pro. I showed you a whole bunch of my exciting, cool workflow. Now, hopefully, we have an link for Jade, because Jade Star's up next. And I hopefully can give you an link since we don't have a premiere to go to, my friends. Well, I thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully you have learned something that will help you make music. Or at least will keep you amused until it's time to watch Jade. We're on How to App on iOS. She's going to be looking at CapCut free video editor, and I'm going to be looking with both sets of eyes. All right, my friends, it's been amazing. I will see you tomorrow where I'm going to use Fractalizer and Video Leap to make insane fractal videos and infinite zooms that you can then play with and mess around with for your video needs. I'll see you later.